Happy Pride Month. Yes, I know it's the end of Pride Month, but something happened this month that made me realize that I accidentally built exactly the kind of community I always hoped existed. A few days ago, I posted 2 dogs on Instagram. One was a merle labradoodle named Smokey. The other was a merle multipoo named Zoomy. The owners thought it was funny that their dogs looked so much alike, so naturally, they clicked on each other's profiles. That's when they realized something. They're both queer therapists. A few conversations later, they're planning play dates, they're becoming friends, and it hit me. They didn't meet because of Pride Month. They met because of dogs. Now, how many friendships began simply because 2 dogs needed training? That got me thinking about something in animal behavior called social facilitation. It's a fancy term for a very simple idea. Sometimes one individual is more willing to perform a behavior because they see somebody else doing it first. Now, picture this. A nervous dog refuses a pup cup. No chance, no thank you. Then 5 other dogs walk up, happily licking the whipped cream from the little cups without a care in the world. Suddenly, the same nervous dog thinks, well, maybe. That's social facilitation. They're not necessarily copying, they're gathering information. The group is answering one very important question. Is this safe to do? Victoria is the perfect example. Victoria doesn't trust strangers, but when she watches calm, confident dogs happily accepting treats from people she doesn't know, something changes. She begins to reconsider. She isn't blindly following the crowd. She's using the crowd as evidence. Dogs often use the behavior of others to decide how they should respond. And honestly, so do we. Imagine walking into a networking event. Nobody makes eye contact. Nobody smiles. Everybody's standing around looking uncomfortable. You immediately wonder if you belong there. Like, what am I doing here, right? Now imagine somebody walks over, introduces themselves, laughs, invites you into the conversation. Instantly, the room starts to feel different. Nothing about the room changed, the people did. Humans socially facilitate too. And that's the power of the pack. But here's the thing. The pack doesn't only teach good behaviors. Dogs can learn fence fighting from each other. They can learn demand barking from each other, reactivity over excitement, just as easily as they can learn calmness, confidence, patience. Whatever happens repeatedly inside the group begins to feel normal. The exact same thing happens to us. Spend enough time with optimistic people, you'll probably become optimistic. Spend enough time around fearful people, you'll probably become fearful. Spend enough time around people who constantly complain, and you'll be complaining too. Behavior spreads. Attitudes spread. Confidence spreads. Fear spreads. And that's why I smiled so much watching those 2 clients connect online. I didn't intentionally market to LGBTQ clients and their allies. I simply tried to build a place where people and their dogs felt safe. Then something amazing happened. The community started building itself. People started meeting, helping each other, supporting each other, showing up for one another. And I realized that obviously, right? Nothing is ever just one thing. This wasn't just training dogs. I was accidentally building a pack. There's one more lesson our dogs can teach us about this. If I'm walking through the neighborhood and I become suspicious of the person walking behind me, don't think my dog doesn't notice. They notice. Before I say a word, before I even tighten the leash, before I consciously react, my body has already communicated something. My dog begins to gather information. Maybe I should be worried too. Dogs don't just learn from what we teach, they learn from who we become. So if behavior is contagious, maybe we should become more intentional about the packs we build. So here's a framework for you. Ready for the next framework? P, protect your environment. Pay attention to what and who you repeatedly expose yourself to. A, associate with calm. Calmness spreads just as quickly as anxiety. C, choose your influences. The people around you are constantly teaching you what's normal. Choose wisely. K, keep becoming the example. Your dog is watching. Your family is watching. Your clients are watching. Lead with the behavior you'd like to see spread. Imagine intentionally building your pack, not just your dogs, your friends, your family, your clients, your co-workers, your community. Because if behavior is contagious, why not become someone worth catching it from?